Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of Fitness Stress, a podcast where I talk about nonsense in the comfort of my childhood bedroom. I'm coming to you on a Thursday. You guys should just be so proud of me. I'm basically a professional now who doesn't wait till the last minute to record the episodes on Saturday morning. Wow, I've really come a long way. Not really. I actually have a hair appointment on Saturday. And so because I've taken these braids out, I was like, I'm not going to be camera ready. So I better just go ahead and record the episode today. So I took a Don Julio shot. And we're going to get into, I have a story to tell you about last weekend. But anyways, I was going to say something, but I don't really remember. Anyways, I got a lovely little Christmas card from my friend. And look at this. It is so cute. This lovely little Christmas card. And it's just season's greetings. And there's like a nice little handwritten note in here. And pictures of my friend's cat, Mustafa. If you're watching the video version, you're getting exclusive content right now. You're getting exclusive content on YouTube. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, that is so sweet. Cats. Anyways, but yes, Paige is a friend of the podcast. The card is also from Camille, her girlfriend. But you know what? Camille is also a friend of the podcast by association. If you want to check out her episode that we did together, it's somewhere in there. Anyways, that Don Julio shot. Let's get back to that. If you were listening, if you were a loyal listener to the podcast, also before I get into that, to the coworkers out there who might be listening to this episode, thank you for supporting me. Shout out to them, people. Give them a clap. Give them a round of applause. I don't do a round of applause. I don't have that. I don't do extra sound effects. Anyways, but yeah, just know there's a round of applause out there somewhere for you. But yeah, they're friends of the pod now. They're friends of the pod. But anyways, back to that Don Julio shot. I was like, dang, I'm really tired because let me set the scene for you. So, Secret Santa update. We exchanged gifts today, okay? And obviously, I got the things that I wanted on my list. And I'm going to tell you what the list was. The list was a 12-pack of Coke, okay? A Crunch Bar. Phase 10 cards, okay? I got everything on the list. God bless that girl. I had a time. But one thing about me, I have a podcast, so obviously I'm a yapper. I do a whole lot of talking. Yeah, I'm a yap. Yeah, one thing about me, I'm a yap. And so I was in there and I was just talking, and I was talking for a good hour or two in there. And so then when I left, my boss was like, "Oh, we have kids coming to the center today," and I was like, "Bro, this is not the vibe. This is not the vibe. I'm getting sleepy." But I really powered through, and I was forced to work, and I went over there, gave them my best effort, and then left, then went to go yap some more. I could talk to a tree. My God. And I know exactly where I get it from. My mom, both my grandparents can talk. Girl, both my grandmas, talk for hours. There was this one time me and my sister would go and visit my grandma in like South Georgia. And we would stay there for like at least like 2-3 weeks or something. And it felt like the end of the world when we were younger because it felt like forever. And we would go over there and my grandma would just be on the phone almost all day. And like the phone ringing off the hook 24/7. One thing you would know for sure and for certain is that Miss Girl was going to be on that phone. So one day, my grandma, she really loves like her stories. And by her stories, I mean like The Young and the Restless, The Bold and Beautiful, All My Children. I grew up watching those things. Probably not okay, but they were really great storytelling, really great. Anyways, so I remember one day the shows were on, but it was like we had gone to the park the day before then, and I really wanted to go to the park. And I was like, "Hey grandma, can we walk down to the park?" And she was like, yeah, after I finish this phone call, we'll go down there and go to the park. So like maybe like an hour and a half passes. And I was like, "Hey girl, so are we still going to the park though? Cuz I was really excited about that, and it's starting to get a little cloudy. It's probably going to rain. So Miss Girl, are we going to the park?" And she was like, "I just have a little bit more on the phone, and I'll come get you guys." So like another 30 minutes or so passes. It starts storming outside, like thundering, lightning, the whole thing. And my grandma gets off the phone, and I was like, "Girl, we were supposed to be going to the park, like, girl." And she was like, "Well, we can't now. It's raining." Girl, be so for real. Like, actually, I was so pressed with my grandma. I was like, girl, like, if you had stopped yapping for 3 hours, if you had, like, cut it in half, if you had stopped yapping an hour and a half ago, we could have made it to the park and back. I just wanted to get on the swing, girl. And then once the swing wet, you can't do nothing for a couple of days. I was sick. I didn't even get to go back to the park. I didn't even get to go back on that trip. Anyways, that was just to say that one grandma be yapping. My other grandma lives in Atlanta and she's a yapper too. One thing you'll know for sure and for certain is that she's on that phone, and she's not on that phone. She's taking a nap. Okay. Or watching the news. Okay. So both of them yap, and then I'm just a yapper by association. Can't help it. My father's also a yapper. My mother can yap. She can. They're not anywhere near their mothers, but well, I am. Anyways, but that was the point. I don't even remember where I was going with that story. Oh, social battery. I remember. So, I'm over there and I'm yapping before like I left and stuff. And I was like, dang, like I got in the car and I was like, I'm so tired. Like I was like, I'm so sleepy. Like I could go for a nap right now. But then I didn't. Oh yeah, on the drive home, I have like, oh, that commute be eating me up some days. And I got home, eyes were heavy, I'm not gonna lie. Back streets, it was bad. It was bad for me. But I made it home alive, obviously, because I'm right here recording this podcast. But I was like, this is kind of sick though. Like I was like, I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna just like go take a shower, bath, whatever, and then I'm just gonna go to sleep. But then when I went to go eat dinner, my mom was like, oh, I have to go do this Secret Santa thing. I have to go drop the gift off because she's been off for like the past week or whatever. And so I was like, girl, and she was like, who's going to ride up there with me? And I was like, girl, I guess. So me and my sister got in the car and I was like, I'm probably just going to have to take a nap in there because I'm going to have to record the podcast tonight because I'm taking these braids out and I'm not going to be camera ready on Friday night to record the podcast. And I was like, I'm just going to take a nap in the car. I could not go to sleep though. And it's not even a running joke. It's really just the truth. My whole family, they just clown me because I can sleep any and everywhere. I don't really see that as a bad thing, but they treat me like I'm goofy around here. They're like, oh, you just sleep like a baby. I'd be like, oh, I slept like a baby last night. And they'll be, you sleep like a baby every night. What's new? I'm like, okay, you didn't have to get nasty like that. Like you honestly didn't have to get nasty like that, first of all. Secondly, like just because, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm making sure I get my sleep in. Like nobody ever gonna stop me from that. And that's just taking care of me. Because like during college, I was definitely that girl who pulled her all-nighters. I was like, I have to study. And then as I got like by like junior year, I was like, yeah, girl, if I don't know it by like 2 a.m., forget it. Just let it go. Because, girl, what are we possibly learning that's going to stick at 3 in the morning? Nothing. So I just stopped doing that. And ever since then, I'm just going to get my hours in. Like, you'll never catch me. I'm going to go to sleep anywhere. I can go to sleep in a car. I can go to sleep on a plane. I can go to sleep on a train. I can go to sleep. Ooh, girl, where else can I go to sleep? I can really just go to sleep anywhere. I'd be falling asleep in the car, in the driveway in the summer. Like, crack those windows. Oh, it gets nasty. My dad actually was taking pictures of me one day. I was like, why you do that? Why you do me like that? And then send them in the group chat, the family group chat. I was like, you're nasty for that. Like, that's nasty behavior right there. That's real nasty. So then I tried to get my lick back, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of him while he's asleep on this couch. Yeah. But then he got me back again in that same car in the same driveway with the windows cracked. Very embarrassing. And what's crazy was he stuck the camera in between the window. That's besides the point. Anyways, but I was so tired. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just take a nap. But then I tried to go to sleep in the car, but I couldn't. Because I was like, dang, what am I gonna talk about on the podcast today? And I was like, I can't just show up on the podcast and not say nothing. Like, so then I was like, I have to think about what I'm going to say. And then on the way back, I was like, maybe I can go to sleep now. But then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to just take a Don Julio shot and everything's going to be okay. So now we have to TMI and get into the Don Julio story. Me and Don are beefing. And we're just going to call Don Julio that now. Don, okay? And Girl, first of all, trigger warning. Trigger warning bad. So last week I said I was going out with my friends, so I was recording the podcast early. So that day I went to work, and then after work I went to go get a bottle of Don Julio, and it was like $51, mind you. But I was like, you know what? My friend just graduated. We're turning up tonight. Let's go. Let's get it. So I go home, get changed, and then I leave, and they live pretty far away. So, I went, and then I got there. I ate my food, and then I was like, dang, guys, I'm gonna need to take a nap. So I took like a little nap on the couch, and then they were like, let's go to the liquor store. And I was like, okay. So then we went, and they bought like a bottle of Tito's, and then we went back. So I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure we did a shot before our friends got there. Yeah. So they were like, let's do like a shot right now. So I poured Don Julio for everybody, and we were in there, and it was up. And so I was like, okay, I'm feeling warm. I got that little tequila blanket on. Then some other alleged activities happened that we're not really gonna get into. Allegedly. And then our other friends arrived. At this point, I'm talking about simulations. This was my point, and hey, girl, maybe let's just sit with this. Let's sit with what we have right now, and we've discussed before on the podcast. I am a lightweight girly. I'm like 125 pounds, if that. I'm just not that girl. I'm not the girl. I'm not gonna say I can't hang, but I'm not that girl. I'm not ashamed of being a lightweight, but I was a little ashamed this day. So our other friends get there, and then two of my friends went to go do their makeup and stuff. So like me and my friend Xavier and Kinsey were like all just sitting at a table. So then they come out, the two of them, from the bathroom doing their makeup, and they were like, okay, let's do another shot. And I was like, okay. So I took a Tito shot. I should have. Oh wow. Oh wow. So then they were like, let's do a Tito shot. And no, they didn't say that, but I just went and poured the Tito's. And I was like, okay, let's go. And so, I took the shot, and then at this point, I'm a little slouched in the chair. I'm like, I could do a nap. I'm like, I just need to close my eyes. And I'm going to be okay. So then some time passes, and my friends are like, hey, girl, you good? You need to sit up, girl. You need to sit up. And I think where we went wrong was, I think we sat too long. We sat far too long. We were sitting in that room for like 3 hours. This is where I think I needed to stand up and just walk around a little bit. Let the alcohol move through my body, because I was in trouble. They did try to get me to stand up. They did, but I couldn't do it. I didn't have it in me. So then, actually, they might try to get me to stand up after the third shot. We'll get there. So then, after I did the Tito shot, like my stomach was burning. I had never experienced that before. I was like, why does my stomach literally feel like there's a hole in it, and like somebody just started a fire in there. I was like, I am actually in trouble. Trigger warning. Okay. So then they were like, oh, let's do another shot. And I was like, you know what? Yes, like I can hang. I could not hang. Trigger warning. And my friend was like, and my friends are pretty good at being like, hey, girly, maybe let's not do that one. Let's hit this one out. Let's hit this round out. Let's just calm down. And my friend, she was like, hey, girl, like, I don't know, maybe don't take the third one. And I was like, no, I'm good. And she was like, okay. So then I poured my Don Julio shot. It was bad. It was so bad for me. And I took it. I didn't even take the whole thing. I took like half of it. And I was like, oh, wow. At this point, my eyes are just shut. I might as well just be asleep. And my friend tried to get me to stand up. And I was like, y'all, I can't do it. Y'all might as well just give that one up. I can't do it. So then they were like, oh, like, girl, do you want to go to the bathroom? And I was like, yeah, I'll go to the bathroom. So, I walked to the bathroom, really stumble. Now, here's the thing. You'll never catch me slurring. You'll never catch me sloshed, okay? But that day, that day, they got me. My demons won. And I was like sitting there, and I was like, I'm gonna be okay. Like, girl, like, you're gonna be good. Like, I haven't thrown up in 5 years since this other thing, and it wasn't drinking related. Anyways, but I was like, I haven't thrown up in like 5 years. Like, I'm cooling. I'm fine. Like, girl, you're gonna be okay. I'm trying to give myself a pep talk, trying to motivate me. really trick myself into believing that I got it. I was like, yeah, I got it. I'm up. I was not up. I was actually down. In that 30 seconds after that pep talk, threw up. I was like, oh, missed the toilet, missed the trash can. Didn't even try to turn, honestly. I'm going to be honest with that. I didn't even try to turn. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I just needed to get that first pass out. I'm good. I'm cooling. Threw up again. I was like, now, your body betraying you like that? Nasty work. Nasty work. It hurts me to even relive the experience. So to share that on the internet, girl, it was bad. It was bad. My friends came up and they were like, hey, are you okay? And I was like, honestly, no, I'm not. And they were like, ooh. And they saw the evidence on the floor there. My friend, he did clean that up. Shout out to Xavier. Friend of the podcast. He's so real. Because it really, truly could not have been me. He's stronger than most. And he was like, they were like, it's okay. Like, girl, it's okay. Like, at least you got sick here. Like, you didn't get in the Uber or like you didn't like the whole we were out. Like, girl, like it's fine. It's fine. They were really trying to calm me. I was embarrassed. I deserve to have been embarrassed, but they were like, girl, it's all fine. It's all good. And they're like, you just want to lay down for a little bit. And I was like, yeah. So they ended up going out to the bar. I didn't make it to the function. I did not make it. I think that was the Lord's way of humbling me. I just didn't make it, and that's okay. Sometimes you can't always make it to the functions. But now me and Don, we're struggling. We're beefing a bit, and I'm actually I'm on a sabbatical. Yeah, I'm on a sabbatical from Don Julio, and I said that, but then I also went and took that shot before this episode because of the social battery thing, which we're about to get back to. I was so tired. I was like, I should take a shot before I do the podcast, and then it's going to be fine. So I went and got the Don Julio out of my trunk. And I did the shot, and then I had some lemonade, the chaser. And then I took the shot, and I'm not going to lie, my body was fighting. My body tried to fight it. It did. And I felt a little nauseous. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, this might have been a bad idea. But I had already done it. And the thing is that the third shot felt like a bad idea, too. Honestly, the Tito shot felt like a bad idea. But I was like, you know what? Everything seems like a good idea in the moment. And then, like, after I do it, I'm like, damn. I made a mistake here. Can't take it back, though. Can't take it back. Anyways, but I did the shot, and then I walked around for like 15 minutes, sat in the bathroom through the nausea point, and now I'm here, and we're live, and we're active, and we're 17 minutes in, and you, again, this is full-on entertainment. You should be proud of me. Anyways, social battery was on 0. The shot, it bumped me to 3. But I'm feeling a little depleted. I love being social and chatting and stuff because I love to talk. I just love it. I love being on the internet. I just love doing stuff. I love to yap. But unfortunately, I'm gonna be going into hiding for like the next 3 days, I think, into seclusion, playing 2K. I really want to play 2K. I haven't played 2K in 3 days. It's breaking my heart. I love playing 2K, but I've just been like, I need to be an adult right now, and I have to go to work early in the morning, earlier than I usually do. And I was like, girl, you need to just be an adult. You need to tighten up and be responsible. So I have not played 2K in 3 days. I can't say that I've done better about going to sleep early because it is midnight right now. But you know what? I'm young. These are my times. This is the time to be making mistakes like this. This is the time to be doing stupid stuff. But yeah, it was a rough weekend, but now we're here. We're one shot deep in the Don Julio, and I'm not touching the bottle there's a lot left. It was a $51 bottle. There's a lot left. I'm not touching that bottle until at least mid-January. That bottle is not seeing me. I'm strictly on juices and Coca-Cola and water. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about next. There's a lot going on here. Anyways, but yeah, guys, I was down. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm not ashamed. There's always something to learn in every situation. But that was just like an unfortunate mess. Because it was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, ugh. After, like, the next day, I was kind of like, girl, what were we doing there? Like, you're not built like that. Like, girl, A stiff breeze could blow you away. You don't need to be mixing and matching the drinks like that and doing other related things. You don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be doing that. Things got a little shifty there. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but you know what? It humbled me and has me ready for the next outing where I will, one, not be doing any shots. I think I'm gonna stick to a mixed drink. It's gonna be me and that vodka crayon, but like honestly, the thought of vodka right now actually makes me want to throw up. Honestly, when I had said Don Julio like 5 minutes ago, I gagged a bit, but that's just TMI. Anyways, oh yeah, I remember the next topic for today, completely unrelated. Oh, actually, did I talk about that? I don't really remember. Update on the Secret Santa thing. We exchanged gifts today. I don't remember if I said this or if that was in the last version of this because I was like 7 minutes in to that last one and I was like, this isn't good. And I was like, I'm gonna have to delete that and run it back. Anyways, we exchanged Secret Santa gifts today. I got everything I wished for. You know what I'm saying? I got everything I wanted. Shout out to that girl. Shout out to that girl who was my Secret Santa. I'm not gonna say your name on here because that would be wrong. But shout out to her. But yeah, I actually drank a Coke tonight. It was very good. Something about things when they're free, it just tastes better. Like at least like consistent things. Cause when I go to Chipotle and get my free bowl, that thing be jacked up. I haven't been to Chipotle in a couple days. Me and that cheese, and this is actually a segue into my cow theory. This is actually a segue into my cow theory. Cheese doesn't do me bad. Like, I can't drink milk. I can only have Breyer's ice cream. Like, but cheese, usually I'm cooling. I don't know what that Chipotle cheese is. I don't know what they're on, but I had a Chipotle bowl like 2 weeks ago and a burrito. And like my stomach was doing turntables at work. I was like, we can't do this. No more Chipotle for lunch at work. Like it may be a very easy and simple thing to go grab real quick, but girl, we're not doing that anymore. Like I'm actually in trouble. I was in trouble that day. Anyways, my cow theory, just to connect the dots here from the cheese. I was talking to my mom about this in the car. I think they're doing something funky with the cows. And I know they like put the GMOs and stuff in like the plants and stuff like that and the fruit and all the things. But I think my mom said that they inject them with hormones and stuff, so that they produce more milk. But I was like, I've just encountered so many more people lately that are lactose intolerant. Like, we did not used to be lactose intolerant. We used to be got milk. We used to be those commercials with The Rock and like the popular and famous people that used to have like the little milk mustache. We did not all used to be like lactose intolerant. And it's like almost everybody I talk to is lactose intolerant or, oh yeah, I can't do heavy dairy. Leave the cows alone, please. My God. We just did not used to all be lactose intolerant. And now everybody and their mama is drinking oat milk. Leave those damn cows alone. Because them cows didn't even ask for that. They didn't even ask for that. Plus, milk is nasty. Anyways, I don't know if you guys ever seen that show, How It's Made. Is that how it's called? Yeah. It used to come on the Science Channel. Sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, it's not that I'm a loser. It's not that I'm a loser. It's just like, sometimes I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, I used to, and even like, and I'm not even going to say like I used to watch How It's Made. I found out it was on this streaming app the other day and I was in there. I was like, oh, How It's Made. I found out how is it a jet ski? Yeah, I found out no, it wasn't a jet ski. It was the ones in the water. It was the water skis, jet ski. Is it a jet ski? I thought that was the snow one. Girl, I don't know. Whichever one's in the water and people be going like the little motorcycles in the ocean, whatever those are. I went and I found out how those are made. And I was like, oh, wow. And then I ended up actually finding out how they make like cabinets and stuff, which is probably a very different process for many different cabinets. I found out how screws are made. It was a whole thing. Anyways, and again, this is what I'm talking about. I be sitting here watching how it's made. Girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just a curious girl. That's what the root of the problem is. And I don't even think it's a problem. That's why I be yapping. I'm curious, but also like a mix of nosy. Ooh, but actually while we're talking about that, I was talking to my friend the other day, Paige, friend of the podcast, who also sent the Christmas card. And we hadn't talked in a couple of days, and I called her on my way home the other day. And I was like, hey girl, and mind you, we were talking for 40 minutes and I was sitting in the Five Guys parking lot of a town I don't even live in. I was just sitting there chatting on the phone. I was like, girl, all I do is yap. Oh my God, all I do is yap. Anyways, but we were talking, and we were talking about like our character flaws. And so we will get into the thick of this. This wasn't even on like the docket for today, but this is like, ooh, a surprise segment. But we were talking about like our character flaws and stuff. And she was like, yeah, I kind of have an attitude sometimes. And I was like, okay, yeah, okay. And I started thinking about my character flaws. And one of them is definitely that I can be a judgy girl sometimes. Like sometimes I'm not proud of it. I never voice them for the most part, or like if I do, then like I only voice them to like very specific people. And like usually I just voice them to Paige, and then Paige is like, girl, tighten up, do better. Like you know you're wrong for that. Like you need to do better. You need to be better. And she's so right. And honestly, I think of her as like I won't say as a guide. But she's definitely somebody who keeps me on the straight and narrow. She does. And yeah, we're talking about that, and I was like, yeah, one of my character flaws is definitely that. And then also, I've talked about this in the podcast before, and I won't even think I can be a little manipulative sometimes, depending on what it is. I don't use that just because I know I can do that. Obviously, that's not good, and I've said that before. But like sometimes when I'm financially down, sometimes I just like to make my family feel bad for me, so they'll pay for like a meal or something. But beyond that, I don't really do it. I don't really do that. But I'm trying to think of what the other one was. I don't really remember. But my character flaws, those are my two main ones, I think. Oh, I'm nosy as hell. Like, ooh, it's so bad for me. Like, one thing about me, I'm a little nosy. And it's not even like I'm curious. Yeah, like I just have questions, like wow. But like sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just turn my head a little bit and I just listen to people's conversations sometimes. Like it's so easy to do. It really is. It really is. And that's my problem. And that's my problem. But yeah, nosy. I'm nosy, I'm a little judgmental, and I can be a little manipulative at times when I want to be. Not proud of either of those things. Again, they are character flaws. You could say vices, if you will. I don't really know. But yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I was talking to my friend that day, and we were in there. We were in that car chatting. I don't really remember how we got to that. I'm going to watch this episode back and then I'm going to be like, dang, I wish I connected the dot to whatever I was talking about, but it's out of my mind now. Anyways, but yeah, my cow theory kind of ate. Anyways, that's besides the point. We're going to talk about me being a trendsetter, okay? Something I've noticed and picked up on. My family and my friends, they just be stealing my stuff. Like, I'm such a trendsetter. It's so hard for me. It's so hard for me sometimes to be a trendsetter because, you know, I have to always be up to date on the things. You know, I can never be slacking. I can never be lagging. So I have like certain catchphrases that I've just coined, if you will, over time. So like they're just basic words or phrases, but like I put my own little spin on them and then I'll just say them all the time. So one of them, like, I guess, like that's one of my favorites. That's top tier one. Like that one has never steered me wrong, never done me wrong. Like somebody says like, oh yeah, my mom will ask me to do stuff sometimes. Or like even when people will like ask me to do anything, like my friends will be like, oh, like, hey, can you do this? Or like my mom will be like, oh, can you bring me a fork or something? Or can you get my drink off the counter? I'd be, I guess, like, ugh. I don't know. Like, oh, I'm such a little sarcastic asshole sometimes. Like, it's so funny to me though. Like, wow. Like, I like to just be like to pretend I'm a little annoyed with people, and then it's just funny. I'm also a little messy. Sometimes. Not I don't really I have actually stopped being messy. I'm trying to be a better person, trying to be a more responsible adult, and that just means stop being messy. And it's not even that I'm ever like messy in my own life. I just be doing stuff like I just say like I'll just have a sneak diss for somebody under my breath, and I'll be I'm just not right. I'm wrong. Anyways, my other catchphrase, if you will, nasty work. Yeah, that's a top tier one for me right now. It's probably one of my favorites because it can just be used in any instance. So like if somebody just does something to you and you're like, ooh, that was nasty. That was nasty. Like, it had like a little like malicious intent behind it. I love nasty. Like, ooh, that was nasty. Or like, it gets nasty. It does. It gets a little nasty. I love that. Like, the other day I was speeding to work. Ooh, allegedly. Allegedly. I was allegedly speeding to work, and I was like, yeah, things got a little nasty on that road on the way here, but I made it. I'm here alive. So I just love it. It's so, and you can put it in anything. You can just use nasty, or my favorite, like nasty work. Like, ooh, that was nasty work. Ooh, that was really nasty work what they did right there. Ooh, why she say it like that? Ooh, that was nasty. That was real nasty. I just like that. Nasty work can really kind of be used in any like action base that somebody has done and been anti. If somebody's been anti to you, nasty work. Like, ooh, girl, that was nasty work right there. You gonna let her get away with that? That was nasty work. I like that. And then the other one, this one's the one that the thing is, my mom had said, I guess, like when I was in the car with her, I guess. I'm like, girl, can I get some of your chapstick? And she was like, I guess. And I was like, girl, hey, that's mine. That's my phrase. But the other one my dad took and has not been able to let it go. He just hasn't. I don't even say it that often. But I used to just like, again, I'm just a sarcastic asshole sometimes. Like my mom would like, ooh, she'd be like saying something like, and I'd be like, girl, calm down, calm down, calm down. It's not that serious. Calm down. And so now my dad does it to me all the time. And I'm just like, you're not funny, bro. Like, you're not. Like, he is. But, like, he's not. Because, like, why are you stealing my stuff? Like, but also at the same time, like, my friend started saying nasty work. And then my mom saying, like, I guess. And then my dad being like, calm down, calm down. Like, it's just so funny. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, my impact. Like, I'm low-key an icon. And then I had this meme this one day. Let me see if I can find it. I'm actually going to show it. If you're watching the video version, you're just getting gems today. You saw the cat, and now you're about to see this meme. I have to go to my meme folder, which I do have a meme folder for any instance. I'm so proud of myself. I've been collecting memes off of Twitter for like the past couple of years, and wow, I have so many. And they're on lock. Like, they're ready to be used at any moment. I love it. Anywho, let me see if I can find it. What was it? When I see it, I'll know. I think. I actually... Oh, here it is. It's this right here. I took a picture of... I was rewatching Pretty Little Liars, and Shay Mitchell's character was in this photo booth. And they like did this like funny face, and I was like, that is so funny. So I started like ironically using it in like text messages and stuff as like a meme, and then I started using it like on my burner account on Twitter, and my friends started using it and stuff, and like they would like tweet it on their burner accounts too, and I was like, wow, like I was like, and that's when I knew I was a trendsetter. Like that's when I knew. I was like, wow, like I just have it like that. Like, wow, like who knew? Like, wow, trendsetter vibes bad. And that's why I need to be rich and famous. And let's get back to that. Actually, let's get back to that conversation. You guys are going to have to put in the work. You guys are going to have to put in the work on making me rich and famous. Like, you're just going to have to. Okay, I don't have to be rich because it's eat the rich. But I would give the money back, though. I would give the money back to the people. I would give the money back. And I think that we're all just going to have to collectively, listeners to the podcast, you're going to have to, this is a joke, sarcastic. You're just going to have to make me famous. Like, that's the only way that the world will keep turning right, I think. You're just going to have to make me famous so that I can quit my job. You're just going to have to do that. I went through and I've done the hard work. It's time for that hard work to pay off. It's time to make me rich and famous. Stop playing around. Support. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go follow me on something on TikTok. The link tree is linked down below. It's time for y'all to put in work. It's time for y'all to put in work. Y'all can't keep leeching off of me. You got to put in work. Anyways, I'm just kidding. But I would not mind a little fame. And like, it doesn't even have to be like a big fortune. It could be like a little fortune. You know what I'm saying? Like a little fortune. And like I said, don't let me hit the lottery. Y'all would be sick of me. I would be on this girl. I would be on this mic just screaming. I already just be on the mic screaming, but it'd be tenfold. And I would have the money to promote my videos, but I would never pay for algorithm promotion because you'll never scheme me. Once you pay one time for that 25% promo on TikTok, it's over for you. Your videos will never do well again, or so they say, allegedly. Anyways, what else is there? Oh, now this is a good one. We're going to have a full hour episode this week. Okay. I have here in my notes. Oh, wow. My chest is tight. Hold on. Because I'm having a problem. Look, this is what I'm talking. Let's take a second to talk about healthcare for a second and how I have none until January 1st. Or second, whatever one. Hold on. Okay, so healthcare, we need to discuss. Some of us are struggling out here, okay? I am not the girly who makes a lot of money. First of all, I'm not ashamed to sit here and disclose my money, my financials. I know it's not great. I make $12.50 at my job, okay? $12.50. Pays the bills. I'm not one to sit here and complain. I've been paid lower. I know what you're thinking. What could you have possibly been getting paid anywhere else? $7.25 actually to scoop chicken salad down at the Chicken Salad Chick for quite a while. And then when I did get a little bump, it was to $8. Then it was to $8.25 and $8.50 until I became a shift lead and started making $10. So I feel like as long as we keep moving up the pay scale, everything's going to be fine. But $12.50 is actually laughable. Anyway, especially in this economy, girl, stop playing. So then my mom was like, you know what, girl, let's get you some Obamacare. Affordable health care. Affordable my ass, honestly. No, girl, I don't make enough money for all that. Like, stop playing in my face. Actually, stop playing in my face. So we didn't go the Obamacare route. So my mom just put me on her insurance, made some calls, but before then had not been insured since like last August and haven't been to the doctor. I had a back thing, and that's another thing. My body is actually falling apart. Let's discuss my shoulder. So first of all, what had happened was I was working at Chicken Salad Chick, working hard, putting in laborious hours. And one of my coworkers, he was lazy as hell. I'm not ashamed of saying that. He was lazy as hell. And I would say that to his face. And he was like, I'm out of this flavor on the line. And at this point, we started keeping the chicken salad in the walk-in because our units wouldn't keep the chicken salad, it wouldn't keep it at temp. And the people in the health department would come in and be like, girl, this is not temping. And so obviously that was messing up our health score. So we started keeping it in the walk-in. So I went to the walk-in to go get the flavor. And because he was lazy, like anybody else, when you're running out of a flavor, you go and get that yourself. You're like, hey, I'm about to go and get this real quick. I was had to be Speedy McGee, the tickets piling up. And by the way, he was trash on the line too. So not only was he lazy, he wasn't even that good on the line either. So then I was like, I'm just going to go get the flavor really quick because he was never really going to do it. That's why he kept saying, I'm out of this because he wasn't going to do it. So I went over to the walk-in and the walk-in was connected to the dish pit. Girl, I had never fallen at that job before that moment. I went and slipped. I ate it bad. Like my back hit the floor, and dish pit flooring is different than like the floor of the kitchen. The floor of the kitchen was already hard anyways, but like it's like that hard, like really hard tiling that's in like hotel bathrooms, or like no, like like or like gym showers. It was like that kind of tiling on the floor. So I slipped and hit my shoulder, like hit my like obviously smashed my back into the floor and hit my elbow. And then got up. No, actually, no. I rolled on my stomach, got up, like pushed myself up like a push up, got up, walked into the walk in, and then went to go grab the flavor. Mind you, everybody heard me hit the floor, okay? It was a bad smack. And my shoulder has never been the same since. Like my back was already bad like before that. But like now my shoulders, it's just pain all the time. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. So then my boss came in and was like, "Girl, are you okay?" And I was like, "Honestly, no." So then she took the flavor and I had to recover. I recovered in that walk-in and I came back out there. Then now my shirt's wet because I fell in the dish pit and there was water all girl. And I'm not gonna lie, retelling that story, I'm so glad I got out of there. Wow. Like not being paid very much aside, I was fighting demons in there. I was fighting demons in that chicken kitchen. Oh wow. Anyways, but my body has just never been the same. Like my shoulders, my left shoulder. Ooh, girl. When it gets cold, when it starts raining, she feels nothing but pain. So I went to see like a doctor or whatever, and he told me that I was fine. They did x-rays and they said there was nothing on it. So I just had to sit here and believe them, which I'm not gonna lie, I have to think about what I was about to say. I'm not gonna be honest. There's research to support it. Going to white doctors as a black person, not the most ideal. They don't really take a lot of black women's pain seriously. Anyways, but we'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, I went and I got an x-ray and they were like, everything's fine, but I don't think it's a like bone issue. I think this is a muscular issue, but like whatever. Anyways, he was like, I'll just send you to physical therapy. So then I started going to physical therapy, and when I tell you I was racking up ooh, wow, that bill. Wow. My physical therapy bill was jumping. And again, I was only getting paid like $9.25 at that point maybe, and I was like, this is sick and twisted. But I was still going to physical therapy, and then I stopped going. Obviously my treatments were done, but like I probably owned like over $1,000, or like right, or like yeah, a little over $1,000. And then I have not been doing my exercise. I'm not even gonna lie. They were strengthening exercises, so I need to get back in there on that. I need to tighten up. That's what I need to tighten up. I just need to do better. And but my shoulder, she be hurting. I started using kinetic tape. This is so boring. Tori, finish the story. Anyways, but yeah, my shoulder down bad. And then I was in physical therapy, and then like my shoulder like still hurts and stuff. So like sometimes I'll use like a massage gun on it, or sometimes I'll just put like Asper cream on it, or like something, or like a back, what do you call those things? Like a back patch? I don't remember. Anyways, but yeah, I'll put that on there and I just be down. But besides that, my back, had a really bad back spasm a while back, like over the summer, I think. Like I couldn't even move. Like it hurt so bad to move. I was crying. And I'm not really one who takes, like pain doesn't really affect me like that for real. It has to be pretty bad for me to be down bad. And I could not move my back and I was crying. And I was like, yeah, girl, you're going to take me to the, urgent care. And so, mind you, no insurance, okay? So I went or did I have insurance? Did I have insurance then? I don't really remember. Anyways, but I went to urgent care, and then, oh my gosh, I did still have it, I think. Yeah. Maybe. I don't remember. Anyways, but I went and then I did have insurance because the insurance adjustment was only like $100. So I owed like over $400. And I was like, bro, and at this point I did not have a job, unemployed as hell. I was like, oh, it's bad. Then those hookers sent me to collection. Mind you, I had been making payments, okay? I had been making payments on, even though I was broke, okay? I was making payments and they sent me to collections. And I was like, oh, y'all are actually going to hell, because it was only for like $100 and something. I was like, I've literally been paying this bill. Like, y'all are in the healthcare system. America's they're burning in the pits of hell for that. They're burning in the pits of hell. Anyways, but I went and my back spasms, and they did like an MRI or something, and they were like, it seems fine. We're going to give you some pills and you'll be on your way. And I'm just like, bro, we're not fixing the problem. Like, we're not fixing the problem. Like, what are these pain pills going to do for me when I'm out of pills? Exactly. It's quiet. So I don't really know what we're doing anymore. But yeah, my back be jacked up. I don't remember what the point of me saying that was. I truly don't. Oh, I was talking about my body is giving up. Yeah. And so, oh yeah, because I had a chest pain. I have chest pain sometimes now. And at first I was like, maybe this is one of those long COVID side effects. But no, because what had happened was this one time, my senior year of high school, I took a puff from one of those jewels. That's what happened. No, it wasn't a jewel. It was one of those other things. It was one of those other ones, but it wasn't a jewel. And my friend, or was it? Anyways, that's the point. One of my friends had one, and I was like, I'll try anything once. I have since that's not any motto to live by. First of all, no motto to live by. But I had taken a little puff, and the next day, my chest was, I was in so much pain. I had a bad cough. My chest was tight. When I would be short of breath. Like, I was going through a lot. And so now my chest is hurting like that again. And I'm like, what's going on? Because I hit that nicotine thing one time. That was it. And I haven't done anything for real since then. And so now my chest is tight and I've been short of breath the past few days. And the past few days is a lot. Okay, it's been like a day or two. And I was like, dang. And sometimes I feel like I'm dying. My body, girl, my body. Prayers up to her. She is going through the most. Anyways, again, don't really remember why I was talking about my body giving out, but it is. Anyways, back to the topic that I was supposed to be talking about. We're going to talk about the dating apps, guys. I'm back out there, guys. I'm back out there on the dating sites. I'm back out there. Yes, slay, queen, slay. Not really. I'm just on Hinge and Bumble, but I'm not going to lie. I usually only do those on the weekend because I'd be bored. And then because what happens is, and this is really a therapeutic moment. So let me stop giggling and be serious for a second. Sometimes I don't know if I'm like, oh, I want to find love today, or if I just want attention. Very thin line sometimes for me. Very thin line. And the thing is, I can get attention from anywhere. So it's kind of just like, what are we doing? What are our intentions here, really? I have to sit back and ask myself, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Take a step back, ask yourself, why are we doing that? What are we doing? And those are just the two questions. So, I haven't really been on them for real. Just like, sometimes I'm bored at 2 and it just feels like a game. Like 2 a.m. I'll be up and I'm like, bored. Instead of playing Candy Crush, let's go swipe and funny stuff. Anyways, matched. Okay, mind you, matched. But it was from like 3 months ago. Well, okay, 3 months is heavy. It was like from October. Okay, I was like 2 months, 2.5 months ago. Not even half. I think it was like 2 months ago. So I was like, oh, like this is bad, but I have Riz. I now understand what my friend meant when I said that earlier, that I was annoying. I get it now. But yeah, I was like, we're just gonna have to shoot our shot regardless. So I was in the messages and I was like, hey, we matched a while ago, but you're probably not on the apps, but if you are, finger crossed emoji. I ate that one thing. And I was like, yeah, like I love to shoot my shot and say hi. And then I went back on the next day and I was like, ooh, no response. I was like, oh, and that's okay. So then I didn't go back on there for like a couple days. And then I went on there randomly. And I saw I had another message. Like there was like 3 message things in there. I was like, ooh. So I went to go look. And I got a response, and I was like, ooh, I ate that. I ate that. Wow, like I really did eat. And so then we were talking yesterday, but it wasn't really even talking, kind of, sort of. I don't know. We're still feeling out the situation, but this is gonna do it for me. This stint, mind you, my dating app stints only last like a week or a weekend. So we're ranging between like 2 to 7 days. The app really still on my phone only because I'm chatting now, but like I'm probably not. This is it though. Like if we stop talking, I'm done. Like we'll find love some other time. We'll find love some other time. But the one thing that is becoming very apparent to me, the more time I'm spending on the dating apps, the more I'm just becoming okay with dying alone. And not even in a bad way. Not even in a bad way. It's more like, girl, like it's okay. Like maybe finding love is overrated. Sad face. But like, sometimes I'm on there and I'm like, this is no way to live. Like, I never envisioned finding love on the internet. I've never, like, never in my mind. And I know that's like, this is the world we're living in. But like, it's not the vibes. I'm going to be really honest with you. It's not giving, this is how, it doesn't feel real to me. It feels very fake. You can be anybody on the internet. I know because I'm on the internet. But I'm just like, I don't really know. And now it's like a whole thing. I don't think I like it. So yeah, that's where we're at there. And I've talked about dating and dying alone and all of the things. And we'll talk about that on next week's episode, which is the New Year's episode, which is the final episode of season 5, which is, oh wow. I can't believe we made it this far. The beginning of season 5, I was in my worst. Wow. Season 5 premiere, I was at my lowest. Still one of my greatest episodes, though. Like, I'm very proud of that episode. I ate. Season 5 premiere, I ate. Did I overshare? Yes, but it was so real. Wow. I try to duplicate that every time I hop on the mic now, but actually, my episode about the early stages of alcoholism episode was actually kind of funny. Like, I watched the episode like 3-4 times. I was like, this was funny. But yeah, Don Julio's ruining my life. Anyways, but like I said, I'm taking a sabbatical. We're separating. We're getting a separation. Unfortunately, we're getting a divorce. Not really. I have to finish the $51 bottle that I bought. But honestly, I might take that to the Christmas family gathering and hope that somebody just like drinks it. Like, I might just leave it there because I don't think I can keep going. Like, ooh, I can't. Me and Don, we're beefing bad right now. I'm just on an alcohol sabbatical, I think. Yeah, alcohol sabbatical. Anyways, last topic of the episode, and you can be on your merry way. I've been talking about this I was talking about, can you talk? Okay. I was talking about this with my friends yesterday on FaceTime. Sorry, I was readjusting. Ooh, I don't want my leg in the frame. Put your leg down. Okay. But I was talking to my friends about this the other day. And you're talking about streaming services. And honestly, streaming services are sloppy as hell. Like, and while we're talking about that, we also need to talk about motion smoothing and how that's ruining, not even ruining, it's killing the vibe. No TV should be motion smoothing. Nope, I don't want to see anybody that high definition. Never, never that. I saw a video of somebody who had done like the motion smoothing thing on this video of Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, and I was like, oh wow, this looks pretty bad. We don't need to be smoothing the motion out. It doesn't need to look like I was on set. The point is for it to look like I wasn't there. That's kind of definitely the point of the visual effects. That's definitely the point. I don't want to feel like I'm looking right at that pore. I don't want that. That's not what I asked for. That's not what I ordered. So I'm going to take that back. Take that back. But yeah, I hate that. And I've discussed before, I really love movies. Like, I love watching movies. I love doing movie reviews on TikTok. It's one of my favorite pastimes. And, but the thing that I hate about movies now is like definitely the lighting. I hate that a lot of TV shows are dark. This, like, the background is dark, can't see anything. Why am I squinting? I'm sitting in the dark. I should not be struggling to see. And then also, like, everything just looks like they filmed it on set. Like, babes, like, why does the set look like a set? The set is supposed to be realistic. Like, think early seasons of Grey's Anatomy. That was dead a hotel, not hotel. That was dead a hospital to me. And now it's like the newer seasons are like, that's a perfect contrast of like, this is the perfect example of that. Early seasons of Grey's Anatomy, and then you watch the seasons now and you're like, bro, why does this literally look like I'm on set? Like, it's not supposed to look like that. Like, and it completely takes you out of the setting. Like, I'm supposed to feel like I'm being immersed into like the setting. I'm supposed to feel like I'm immersed into the environment. And that's another problem that we're having, I think, is I think a lot of people are like, a lot of writers and stuff, like, or I won't say a lot of writers, but a lot of the writing that I've seen on certain streaming platforms and certain TV shows has been like, it's not like dropping you in the middle of like a story well. It's like, it's just, they're just not, I don't know. I need to see more effort, like, from certain people. Like, and then the streaming services are also sloppy as hell, because why are we waiting? And people complain about this all the time. Why are we waiting a year and a half to 2-3 years for a new season of something? Those Stranger Things kids were like 13 when they started filming that show. They were looking at full grown adults, and I'm supposed to sit here and believe they're still in middle school? Actually go to hell. Like, actually, you must be smoking that stuff, because that's not believable. And I just hate that. Like, we should not be waiting that long for a TV show of any kind. For a TV show, like, they're just wrong. They're just wrong. Now, Game of Thrones, hold on. They have like a special, like, Game of Thrones can get away with it because the writing of that show was so good. Like, but outside of that, waiting a year and a half for most things is just, we need to stop that. Like, and a lot of times the shows aren't even good. And mind you, a lot of the streaming platforms don't even have enough stuff on there to, if I recall correctly, I think the people who own Paramount Plus, I think CBS, I don't know, like, exactly, like, who owns CBS? I don't know. Paramount Plus or CBS, they're like, they're barely making a profit over there. I think they're barely, like, what is it called when, I think they're barely breaking even over there. Like, Paramount Plus is a terrible app. Like, even if we're not even talking about the app itself, the web page is ass. Like, you go on ParamountPlus.com, girl, the drop down menu doesn't even stay visible. Like, I'm trying to click menu, I'm trying to click home, I'm trying to click, go to my list. I can't even click that. And then, like, the stuff, like, the options on there aren't even like top tier stuff. Like, yeah, they have like old, like, Nickelodeon shows that were good, like Victorious and like iCarly and SpongeBob. But like, and then they also have Survivor, which I'm not gonna lie, there was one point when I was in my bed. I was streaming like the first 3 seasons of Survivor, but I had to stop because the ads on Paramount Plus were taking me the fuck out. Like, why is it the same ad every 2 breaks? Not even every 2 breaks. They really just switched the, like, order of the ad. And sometimes they might even play the ad 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, actually, what are we doing? Why am I paying? And this is why Netflix was successful in the beginning. Babes, we're paying for streaming because we don't want to see the ads. What am I doing sitting here paying for a subscription? And then I'm also watching ads because I'm not paying the most of the subscription. Furthermore, why is the price increasing every month or 2? Why is that happening? I would really like to know that, because it's not like we're getting better quality stuff. If we were getting better quality content, okay, yeah, up the price. But we have to wait 2 and 3 years to get shows back on. The shows we like are getting canceled. So what exactly am I paying you $20 a month for? Let me know. Let me know right now. Get in the comments. Paramount Plus. Get in the comments. Paramount Plus, Peacock. Get in the comments and tell me right now what I'm paying for. And Netflix, you're not getting off easy either, because Netflix knows it's trash. Oh, Netflix gives gutter but bad. A lot of the original movies aren't good. I watched that Leave the World Behind movie. That was good. I watched another Everything Now. That show was good. It does a really good job at like getting like green lighting a show or a movie or like an idea, sorry. I have to put my password in. Netflix does a good job at like green lighting a movie or a show, and then the second you start liking it, either canceling it, you're not getting it for a year and a half or two, or like by the next season they like change the writer's room or something, and now the character development, the storyline is all jacked up and the characters are doing stuff that doesn't make sense. Like I'm not understanding that. I'm really not. And Netflix needs to tighten up, because how are you gonna be the first streaming service and then you're not even the best streaming service now? That's confusing to me. Apple TV Plus is definitely giving people, I think it's giving HBO Max a run for its money. Like, Max is really great. The downside, I know that we had a writer's strike and stuff, but the downside of that, I think, is that like we haven't gotten a lot of like content from Max. Like, I don't remember the last thing I watched on Max. I actually haven't watched Max in a while. Like, I'll give Max that they always have like the new movies and stuff, but outside of that, I'm not really understanding it. And also, me and my friends are also talking about that. Streaming services have completely ruined like the need to go see something in theaters. Why would I go see a movie in theaters and pay for it when I know within a month and a half it's going to be on Disney Plus or it's going to be on Max? Why would I do that? Like, I'm trying to figure out like if they think consumers are stupid or something. Like, I'm not really understanding that. Like, and then if you wait for it to be on the streaming service, like, yeah, did you experience in the movie theater? No, but like, who cares? I'm sitting in my bed watching the movie. Who really cares about like, oh, being around other people while I'm watching the movie? Nobody cares about that. We need to be serious with ourselves. It's really time to, I think we need to cut, I think some of the streaming services just need to like combine. I think like if Paramount Plus and NBC with their Peacock thing like came together and they just like combined them, I think they would really be onto something. Paramount Plus has had some decent shows that I've watched, some decent original shows, but they're not making enough good content for anybody to stick around and want to keep paying for the subscription, like, once they watch their stuff. Like, and then we have the whole ad thing and the different tiers of different plans, limited ads, and what are we doing? Limited ads? Girl. These are probably the same amount of ads. We need to be really serious with ourselves. Anyways, but Paramount Plus ain't even that good for real. I mean, my family has like almost all of them, but that's the problem though, is that like we have like almost all of them and sometimes you still can't find stuff. Amazon Prime does a really good job with their originals. They're Gonna Eat Every Time. I'm trying to think of shows that I've watched on there. Oh, my favorite show, Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. Great show. Isn't canceled, got renewed for a third season. Super excited to see that. I think they actually started filming it recently. But yeah, I'm excited to see that show. And I just like Amazon Prime has some decent movies. They have like a decent catalog in general though. And then like I said, Apple TV has good shows. I enjoyed Silo. That was really good. I enjoyed, oh my gosh, what is that other show called? Now I have to go look. I'm trying to think. Dickinson was really good with Haley Steinfeld. I watched that. That was really great. Probably one of my favorite shows as well. I'm trying to go look TV shows. Oh, I don't want recent highlights. I'm trying to get the answer to my question. Ooh, I haven't watched For All of Mankind yet, but I feel like it's probably good. Girl, I love how like I love how like literally nothing is popping up for so I can look at this thing. This is embarrassing. But yeah, Silo was good. Oh, Invasion's good. I liked the morning show, but like I haven't finished this recent season. It's just been really slow paced for me lately. I might try to get back into that while I'm off of work. And I kind of want to watch Lessons in Chemistry. And then besides that, oh, and there was that show C with Jason Momoa. That show was really good. They just have like some really good stuff. Like Apple TV, I think. And like the thing is that you never really hear about anything on Apple TV. Like, but they're also never canceling stuff. So there's that. Yeah, I don't think that they've ever really canceled anything that I've watched. And then on Max, Game of Thrones is really great, obviously. And then they have The House of the Dragon. That's really good, which is a prequel to Game of Thrones or whatever you want to call that. Yeah. And then, or it's not a prequel, it's like a spinoff, I guess. I don't know. And then what else did they have? They had this show Love and Death, and who was in that? Elizabeth Olsen. She did a really good job in that. And then the other thing is Disney Plus. I need to discuss about Disney Plus. Disney Plus is actually going to hell because there's no profit in Disney Plus outside of the fact that it's just like nostalgia based. Like there's nothing exciting on Disney Plus. Like I go on there and I'm right now I'm rewatching For Life on Deck, and I rewatched That's a Raven and like What's a Woodley Place and Hannah Montana. But like outside of that, and maybe going to watch like a Christmas like the Santa Claus movies, like, or like watching like a DCOM like the Cheetah Girls or something, or like Lemonade Mouth, like there's not really a need for Disney Plus. And then again, they are so bad. And Marvel pisses me off so bad. It's so hard for me to enjoy Marvel movies anymore. Like, I feel like they should have just ended, and I know that that was never going to happen, but they should have ended Avengers with Endgame and then, like, not tried to make a whole new, like, group of Avengers. Like, the whole, like, phase 4 thing or whatever is not exciting to me at all. A lot of the TV shows are boring. I watched Secret Invasion. It was very boring. And then I feel like they're not even, I feel like they do a lot of things for shock factor. Not that it's being like thought of throughout the entirety of the storyline of the movies. Like with the whole, like, there's like spoiler, I guess. I don't know. But like there's this whole thing with like, there's a whole timeline about like scrolls, not timeline, but like a storyline about scrolls, or which are like these alien people that came, during like during the Captain Marvel movie. And it's basically just like, oh, like they kind of like invaded here and they can, disguise themselves as regular human beings and stuff. But then some of the stuff is like, oh, like now we don't know who's a scroll and who's actually the real person and whether they're still alive. And it leaves too many plot holes available for past movies that have happened, because then it's like we don't know when they switch places with other people. We don't know what's happening where, and I just don't like that. And then it's like Marvel's just doing too much. They're having too many like side quests for each character. Like why does everybody have a TV show? Why are we doing that? And it's very boring. Like, and then you go to the movies and the movies are like not the same like quality that they were. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what we're doing there. I don't know what we're doing on Disney Plus. And then Disney Plus has shows, and I'm just like, I haven't, outside of the Star Wars movies and I think probably this Percy Jackson show, I don't really know what original content Disney's creating that's interesting. Like, honestly, a lot of the Disney movies, like animation wise, like haven't even been that good. So I don't really know. We're losing recipes. We need to let somebody else in the writers room. We need to let some other people get into like the CEO chair. I don't know, but it's girl, we're struggling down bad. And Hulu, one thing I'm gonna give Hulu gonna have a movie for me, okay? Whenever I want to watch a movie, it's between Prime and Hulu. I'm gonna find me a movie and I'm gonna get on TikTok and start yapping, okay? Give them a little movie review. But that's enough of that. My throat actually hurts. It's like 12:54 a.m. And the Don Julio shot, she did get me up. She did. Me and Don, we're still on the outs though. We're on the outs real bad because I don't think I may never recover from that. Anyways, but also alcohol is just disgusting. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, But like it was not at all what it is. Like alcohol is gross. Like I don't enjoy drinking. Like, and I know people who, okay, well, I don't know if I should say that. I'm gonna say it. I've always just been like, I don't think that I'm ever gonna have to worry about like becoming an alcoholic or anything because I hate the way it tastes. Not to say that people who do drink or enjoy it, but it's likely they enjoy the way that it makes them feel. But I don't enjoy the way that it makes me feel enough to pursue alcohol on a on a on an off on more than occasional occurrence. Yeah, that's the wording I'll use. But yeah, I just can't do it. Like alcohol is absolutely disgusting. It doesn't make me feel, I would rather not. Like the feeling that I feel not drinking is a better feeling than the feeling that you get from drinking. Yes. Also, I was listening to this podcast the other day, and then I'll say this and go because I need to shut up. Somebody was talking about like well, they were talking about Molly, first of all. I don't do hard drugs. That's one. Two, are there soft drugs? Anyways, that's the point. We're not going to get into that right now. Anyways, I don't do that, obviously, but there was these girls on the Canceled podcast that by Tana Mojo and Brooks Schofield. I don't know how she pronounces her last name. Anyways, but they were on their podcast and they were talking about how like when you do like Molly and stuff or ecstasy or whatever, I don't know what the difference in what the stuff is. Anyways, but they were like, yeah, it's just borrowed serotonin for like the next day or something. Like you're gonna feel down after. I guess that's like that upper and downer thing. I don't really know how that works. I guess I should go watch the How Things Are Made so I can figure that out. But yeah. I was kind of like, that makes sense. Like I feel like that can be like in any like substance though, I think. Like or yeah, cuz like when you like smoke or something, allegedly, like if you smoke or something, it's kind of like the feeling is like you feel good, like yeah, but like then at some point in the night or like the next day, like you're just like thinking a lot. At least that happens for me. Like I go through a period of like, ooh, I'm heavy thinking, allegedly, like a period of heavy thinking, and then it's like, wow. And I also don't smoke often, so it's like whatever. But I just and then I just be tired, like wow, like I don't know. Being a party girl, it's just not in my DNA. It's not for me. But yeah, but I was like that was such an interesting thing to say cuz I never thought about like any substance in that way of like borrowed happiness or like borrowed serotonin. Like that makes a lot of sense. Like wow. Anyways, but that's enough of that. I thank you. Wow, girl, tighten up. I do want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. I feel like I did okay today, honestly. I was a little nervous in the front half, but I got in there. Me and Don, we were in there and we locked in. Hopefully I can do it without a shot next week because I literally can't take another shot. If anything, it'd be wine. Now wine, that's my girl. That's my girl. We go together like this. Anyways, but thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. You can go check out some more episodes or not. Everything, I think my link tree is in the description. I actually don't know if it's actually active. So let me go take a peek really quick. Oh, look, my podcast right there. Wow, that is so crazy how it's just right there like that. Let me go click it. Oh, the links are active. That is so cute. Wow. Anyways, but if you do want to go follow me on anything, TikTok, I post on there like very often. If you want to go follow me on TikTok and get laughs in, feel free to go do that. Everything is linked in the description below on whatever you're listening to this on. You can go check out my website. I have a nice website. My website's in the link tree. So anyways, and then, yeah, there's so many things you could do, but, yeah, go out there, be great, do the Lord's work, have a good Christmas. Oh yeah, it's gonna be Christmas. Merry Christmas. Hopefully you listen to this on Christmas or like before Christmas, because if you listen to it after, then Well, the Merry Christmas is kind of like null and void at that point. Anyways, besides the point. But yeah, go out there, be great, do big things. Just go out there and be you guys. Honestly, go out there and be you. I had really fun this week chatting. We're clocking in at like an hour and 15 minutes almost. So yeah, thanks so much for listening. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.